you give best of order while I introduce Layla, who's going to be speaking, Neil, who's going to be speaking, and then the live auction. Hopefully you've looked through your brochures. Only 6 items, but 6 quality items. The generosity of the donation, superb. And I know that there's going to be some excitement when we try and sell them all a little later. But right now, ask the room all together. All together. Thank you. There's a lot of unsung heroes in this room as well. There's a lot of talent in the room. Before I introduce Layla, I am well aware we have a lot of nurses in this room this evening, and I ask all those that are not in the medical profession to show a round of applause for our unsung heroes. Thank you to all the lovely nursing staff who have gone above and beyond over the last 15, 18 months, and your efforts and work and commitment are definitely appreciated. So just make sure you remember that. I ask that you give appreciation 100% attention, otherwise your life will not be worth living. It is the gorgeous and delightful Layla who's now going to take to the floor.
Hello! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here on the planet's 10-year anniversary. I've just got to make a quick announcement before we start. I'm having a flush. It's part of my carcinoid syndrome. I'm a bit overwhelmed tonight, to say the least. So bear with me while I sit down. It's one of the things that happens. Right, so the first off, we've got a nurse in the room today who was voted Best Nurse Advisor of 2020. Unfortunately, because of COVID, she didn't get the chance to have her show and come up on the stage at the event. So, Selena, come up. Everybody give Selena a round of applause. She needs her moment. Come on, Selena. She's an incredible nurse. She goes around the community and she injects neck patients. There she is. She's got to have her moment. Right. Feeling a bit wobbly. Good girl. So bear with me, because it's quite an emotional night for me tonight. Planets was formed in 2011, 10 years ago, in a Costa coffee on a napkin. At the time we had some fairly conservative but important aspirations. We wanted to raise 70,000 to buy Brian, who's on that table there, a new ultrasound machine to provide support for patients. Little did we know that our aspirations and ambitions and our napkin vision was just the beginning of something really, really special. From day one, we've been blown away by the support we received and how willing people were to volunteer and raise money for this amazing cause, which has given us the chance to achieve things we've never dreamed were possible. To date, ladies and gentlemen, we have raised over £1.3 million. And as I sit here and say that, I know, obviously, I've been involved with all of that, but it just does seem surreal, and it feels like we're in a bit of a bubble, but Christ, what a great bubble to be in. So in the last 10 years, we've set up numerous patient support groups across the South Coast, patient conferences. We've funded massive bits of kit, contributed towards cancer research and development for our specialist areas. We've jointly funded a net dietitian post. Ruth, is Ruth in the audience? Of course she is. Where's Ruth? Stand up, Ruth. She's our dietitian that goes around the South Coast, that we funded, and she's really helping support patients across the South Coast. We've also got a group of psychotherapists, and that all really does make a difference to our patients in our area. Just a few weeks ago, we retained our Centre of Excellence status with the European evaluation team. And I've got to say, it was quite nerve-wracking. It's the first time I've really seen surgeons, IR people, look quite nervous, because we were on Skype, we were having to do our presentations, and we were quite nervous. And the German who was evaluating, they all went away, and then somebody else in Holland, they all went away, and they came back. And they basically said, we were all sat there sort of waiting for the result. And they basically said that we're one of the best teams they've ever seen in Europe. And quite frankly, I had no doubt, as you can imagine, when I did my presentation to them, I gave all the normal spiel, and at the end of it, I said, quite frankly, it doesn't really matter what you say, because I know this is the best team in the world. So I think they listened. And we are so proud of each and every one of the medical staff who work across the region. And as patients, we know exactly how lucky we are. COVID hit us last year as a charity and as a group of hospitals. But as a charity, last year we managed to pull through. We didn't think we were going to survive. We thought we were going to have to send back the IORT machine, which is the only one in the whole country. We thought we were going to have to send that back. And luckily, with the help of the BBC, we had a campaign and we got through it. And we were still quite tight when it comes to money. And I've got to say, it's been really hard work, not only from a hospital perspective, but also from a fundraising perspective. However, that changed about 2 weeks ago, with thanks to one very special man. His name's Glyn Maher. And if Katie's in the audience, where's Katie? If Katie can stand up. There she is. So basically, this is Katie's great uncle, who sadly passed away. The great thing about Katie's uncle is that Katie and her sisters and her family and her mum, who was also a patient of Mr. Pearce's, pancreatic survivor, obviously used to tell their uncle about the great things that Planets did and how much, he was involved with the charity and how much we are involved with the family and the charity. Unfortunately, Uncle Glyn passed away some time ago now, and it was just recently, 2 weeks ago, we found out he left a legacy in his will for, wait for it, £338,000. So for Planet, so thank you very much, Katie. Thank you to your family, and obviously thank you, here's to Uncle Glyn. As a charity, it's a game changer, a complete game changer for us. We don't have to worry about finding the next payment, and we will be able to pay off our IORT machine, which is one of the only one in the country. Well, it is the only one in the country. Personally, I'm incredibly proud of what Planets has managed to achieve. Although there are too many people to thank, Mum, my husband, and all the regular people that are all in this room that I know well. I would like to thank one very special person, and that's Joe. Where's little Joe? My little sidekick Robin. Come here. So, I'm quite a difficult person to work with. And this is my little sidekick Joe. Joe is also a net patient, and we've been doing this for 10 years now. But quite frankly, we don't know where we'd be without this charity. It pulls us along. It gets us through our illness. And thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. So thank you also to the trustees who are in the room for giving me the direction and giving us the vision. And finally, for Neil, for being the driving force. He's a pain in the arse sometimes, but somebody's got to do it. He's more of a pain in the arse than me, which is, I can tell you, it's quite an achievement. So Thank you, Neil. You've always been a driving force, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have all the kit, we wouldn't have raised the money, we wouldn't have done what we've done. Planets is a very and special, and we feel a unique charity. We are the Planets family. I know most of the people in this room, we are the Planets family. We've bridged the gap between doctors and nurses and patients. And through fundraising and events, we create so many friendships and some truly exceptional moments and memories which you've seen on the screen tonight. The last 10 years has been nothing short of amazing. And my colleague and fellow patient Joe and I really do not know what we'd have done without this charity. And we accept that the amount of people that we touch every year is quite it is amazing, quite frankly. So we're truly humbled. It guides us through the good and the bad. So thank you all so much. And here's to the next 10 incredible years. My final thank you is to Louise Long, who's in the room. Where's Louise? So table one. So Louise's son, Adam Long, was 26 years old and passed away a couple of years ago now. And Louise is here tonight with her wild boars, and she's going around the tables. So big cheer to Louise. It's been a tough couple of years. It's a really tough couple of years. So thank you so much. Thank you, Louise. And now a tribute to those who have lost. If you could raise your glasses, please, to absent friends. One final thank you. You can't go past the last 18 months without saying thank you to all the amazing nurses and medical staff that are actually in this room tonight. Arlene and your crew, the theatre nurses, all the medics, all the IR people that we've got in the room, all the surgeons, Alex and your teams, Brian, Kim, Cecilia, everybody. Thank you. You're awesome. We are so blessed to have you in our lives. We are truly blessed, especially myself and a lot of people and other patients that are in this room. So thank you very much. So my final toast, absolutely fitting, must go to the NHS. Thank you.